Behind every great success story, there's a chapter of failure, rejection, and doubt. Let's take a journey through the lives of three of the most famous people. In 1985, after building Apple from his garage into a billion-dollar company, Steve Jobs was shockingly fired from his own company. The board lost confidence in him, and the man who created Apple was pushed out. Steve Jobs was a creative visionary, the mind behind the iPhone, the Mac, and the sleek Apple products we use today. But his road to success wasn't always smooth. He was only 30 years old. For most people, that would have been the end. "I was out. And very publicly out," Jobs once said. What had been the focus of my entire adult life was gone. But instead of giving up, Steve started again. He created a new company called Next, and he bought a small animation studio called Pixar. Yes, Pixar, the company that would go on to make Toy Story, Finding Nemo, and more. Ironically, Apple later bought Next, and in doing so, brought Jobs back. From there, he led one of the greatest comebacks in business history. Walt Disney, the creator of Mickey Mouse and the magic of Disneyland. A name we now associate with joy, childhood, and creativity. But Walt's journey was anything but magical in the beginning. As a young man, Disney was fired from a newspaper job, because his editors said he lacked imagination. His first animation company, Laugh-O-Gram Studios, went bankrupt. He moved to Hollywood with just $40 in his pocket and a suitcase full of dreams. He faced rejection after rejection. Studios thought his ideas were too strange. Cartoons? Full-length animated movies? No one believed in him. But Walt refused to give up. He created Mickey Mouse, and his third attempt finally paid off. Still, even when he created Snow White, the first full-length animated film, critics called it Disney's folly. But when it released in 1937, it became a massive success. That failure, that rejection, became fuel. Before she was one of the richest authors in the world, J.K. Rowling was a struggling single mother, living in a tiny apartment in Edinburgh, Scotland. She was unemployed, depressed, and writing her story, Harry Potter, in cafes because she couldn't afford heating in her flat. Her manuscript was rejected by 12 different publishers. Some told her children's books don't sell. Some didn't even bother reading it. "I was as poor as it's possible to be in modern Britain without being homeless," Rowling said. But she believed in her story. Finally, a small publishing house, Bloomsbury, gave her a chance. But even they only printed 500 copies at first. Then something magical happened. Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. It's now sold over 500 million copies, translated into over 80 languages, and inspired movies, theme parks, and millions of fans. Steve Jobs was fired. Walt Disney was told he had no talent. J.K. Rowling was rejected again and again. But they didn't stop. They believed. They failed, then they rose again. So if you're struggling, if people doubt you, or if you failed, remember this. You're just in the first chapter. Your comeback is still being written. Success is not the absence of failure. It's rising above it. Sometimes, life hits you in the head with a brick, Jobs once said. Don't lose faith. All our dreams can come true, Disney said, if we have the courage to pursue them. Rock bottom, Rowling said, became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life.